I do apologize. Am I disturbing you?
No, please. Do come in, Mrs.
My name is Miss Alice de Bouvier. I'm Mr. Holmes' new neighbor.
Oh, I didn't have the pleasure to... I am Dr. John Watson. Could we provide you with any assistance?
Oh, she is not the concern, Watson.
Then, what is this about?
That child standing sniffling behind her. Get rid of him, Watson.
But he is shivering with cold. And he is upset. What happened to him?
Little Tom knocked at the wrong door.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Oh, boy, come in. Warm yourself by the fire. Can I offer you a cup of tea, Mr. Bouvier?
Well,
It is not as though we are disturbing you-know-who, are we?
I suppose not.
Since you are our new neighbor, it is perhaps better that you know what he's like.
You're starting to worry me.
Well, Mr. Holmes is relapsing. This illness that he has seizes him when he finds himself with nothing to do. He becomes completely asocial. And alas, this is a very difficult, medically incurable case. Now, this must stay between us.
Of course, I understand. How very sad.
But there is a cure, if only a temporary one. A thrilling inquiry. Most certainly. If he refuses this one, then his condition will worsen.
Oh, I am still here, you know. I didn't fall out of the window. Very well, then.
Thank you, miss.
Now tell me, boy, what brings you here?
It's my father, sir. He's missing. I don't know what to do.
Missing, eh? And what do the police say?
The police, they don't believe me.
Obviously. Your clothes are well mended and you can read. Your parents may be poor, but you are loved.
Yeah, well, it's just the two of us now. My mother died when I was a little one.
And that's just one more reason for not leaving you. Your father doesn't seem the irresponsible type. He's very good to you.
Well, that's right. But he has no fixed work, so he often takes odd jobs for the day, because that's all he can find. Only this time, he didn't come home.
What's his name?
George Hurst, sir.
And when was the last time you saw him?
3 weeks ago. He left for a new job, but this time he was acting a bit strange and angry.
Strange? In what way?
He said to me, "Son, I'm out on a special job. Don't you dare move from here." I think something went wrong.
3 weeks? That's a long time.
Well, every day I thought he would show up. And anyway, I can look after myself.
What were you thinking? You and your father are both at risk. You should have come to me much earlier.
I was afraid. I ain't got no family, and I've got no other place to go. If our landlord finds out that Father left me, he'll throw me out on the street.
Tom, you've been very resourceful. We shall be discreet.
If only my mother was still here.
Very well. Your address, please, Tom.
12 Dorset Street, the first floor, door E. It's in Whitechapel, sir. But I ain't got no money to pay.
Who asked for money, Tom? Your case seems to be the very medicine I need. I'll meet you there shortly.
Oh, thank you, sir.
We need to help Tom find his father, Holmes.
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. A map of London and its surroundings. Could be useful. These streets are too narrow for the cab. I'll have to walk. Dorset Street.
doctors are home, Mr. Holmes. I hope you'll find my father soon.
A collection of worn-out and second-hand books. George Hurst was providing his son with the best education that he could afford.
Father bought all those books for me. He didn't tell me, but I know that he pawned his coat for them.
A collection of worn-out and second-hand books. George Hurst was providing his son with the best education that he could afford.
Father bought all those books for me. He didn't tell me.
Food's running low. It's already 3 weeks since George Hurst's disappearance. Well, I can see the preparations for peasant soup, a clever concoction for somebody with apparently no culinary skills. Hurst covered his bills ahead of time, thus providing Tom with security and sustenance.
My mother, sir. She died when I was very young. My father told me what she was like, but that's all I have.
I'm sorry, Tom. My mother left me when I was very young, too.
Tom probably reads at night.
So that's why you came to see me.
It's too dark. I can't see anything.
The roof leaks all the time. Father used to fix it.
A leather satchel, what's in it? Just some old things. So
I hope you'll find my father soon.
George Hurst's work was varied. He was evidently a hard-working and valuable hand. Old clothes, soiled and worn. The old Tabard pub, North Street.
Please, sir, find my father.
I don't feel thirsty right now.
Whitechapel never changes. Dirt and beggars everywhere.
I don't want to go with this bugger everywhere.
I couldn't pay my rent last week.
Pumpkin! Cabbage! Cheek!
Rich folk feed meat to their dogs. I can't even remember what meat tastes like.
Living costs are too much these days. My son has to work down the sewers. He's only 7.
Commercial Street.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
Old Montague Street.
Alas, the weather's good. Last week was freezing.
I'm praying it doesn't get cold again. I've no money for coal.
Well, first of all,
Old Montague Street. Union Street.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we
Living costs are too much these days. My son has to work down the sewers. He's only...
Rich folk feed meat to their dogs. I can't even remember.
Pumpkin! Cabbage! Cheap!
I couldn't pay my rent last week. Your two sons will affect me. The little one's only...
Whitechapel never changes. Dirt and beggars everywhere.
I don't feel thirsty right now. I don't feel thirsty right now.
strangers.
I hope you'll find my father soon.
Glue. Probably taken from a wall.
Good day, Mr. Holmes.
Well, if it isn't young Wiggins. And I see you found yourself a job.
If you can call it that. I hate it. But if you've got any proper work for me...
I just might be in need of your assistance later. Wait here. I need to Earwig to find out who is offering this special job.
The man who's offering that special job has a proper set of mutton chop whiskers.
Equality for the working class.
I'm glad I'm my own boss. I can complain only to myself. Or to Watson.
The longer the picket line, the shorter the strike.
There's no one to eavesdrop on from here.
Bosses beware. When we're screwed, we multiply.
Holmes offering the special jobs. He never drinks alcohol.
So, the man I'm looking for has whiskers and never drinks alcohol.
Bosses beware. When we're screwed, we multiply.
It's not him.
The longer the picket line, the shorter the strike. The longer the picket line, the shorter the strike.
This must be the man that I'm looking for. Interesting. Missing person. I should find out more.
No gods, no masters.
You see that gentleman? I need you to follow him and report back to me.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
Whitechapel never changes. Dirt and beggars everywhere.
Get away from me, boy!
couldn't pay the rent last week.
Pumpkin, cabbage, cheap.
They won't let me pass. I'll need to find another way.
Rich folk feed meat to their dogs. I can't even remember what meat.
Living costs are too much these days. My son has to work down the sewers. He's only 7.
Take a brush and get in there. Stop crying and get to work.
Ah, boys from the Bruisers gang. Better keep out of their way.
Stupid kid.
I'll be able to continue the chase if I climb up the chimney, but it's dangerous.
What are you waiting for?
I'll be able to continue the chase if I climb up the chimney.
Stupid kid.
Please, you don't have to beat him. I'll do it. I'll clean the chimney.
Go on then.
He's still here, that's a relief. Ah, I've lost him. He's still here, that's a relief. Oh.
What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning?
Oi, what are you doing in my garden?
No place to hide here. I'd better go through the yard.
Crawling rat.
I know that boy. He's Shoeshine Jim from Chambers Street. He's mute because his drunk stepfather beat him. Hey Jim, can you lend me your kit? I'm on a secret mission for Mr. Holmes.
Hurry up.
This could be useful with a small brush.
Did you fall asleep?
I was... He's talking with a cabin. I need to get closer. Damn! I need to find another one.
Alas, the weather's good. Last week was freezing.
I'm praying it doesn't get cold again. I've no money for coal.
I can't lose him now.